Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Karen. We're Adventures by the Miles, and today we are at Jimmy's Hideaway at the Margaritaville Resort in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. All right, I got the keys to the Hideaway. Let's check it out. Oh my gosh. Look at this place. When you close the door, it's so beachy, you could pretend you're not in the Smokies. It's so cute, all the beachy decor, giant TV, a giant four-poster bed. Yes, I'm going to use the word giant a lot. A soaking tub. And ta-da! Be a lot more ta-da if I can move the other door. Wow. What a bathroom. All right, so let's give a more thorough room tour here. So there's the main building of the hotel. And crossing this little bridge here, that is our private entrance. And then as you turn further around, we have our own private fire pit slash patio.
As we were told by our tour guide, we basically go at the front desk, no, they will come over and turn on the fire pit for you. Which I just thought was interesting, so.
And then I guess on to the inside. So Jimmy's Hideaway is a 1,000 square foot bungalow that is separate from the hotel. It's very neat. There's a ton of soft lighting. It gives you a really chill, beachy vibe. There's plenty of seating. There's a couch, a club chair, some really cool cow skin chairs.
That's what I was laughing about. I was like, all right, I gotta go over just.
Hang on, let me check out a cow skin chair.
Anywhere.
All right, they're actually kind of comfy. Who knew? Is cow skin beachy? I don't know. I like it though. Everything's kind of like textured. There's like rope texture. This is like beech wood. It's very tactile.
I'm calling it a backsplash. There's a lot to the decor.
We have a giant TV.
Probably can't tell in the video, we're gonna go with 75, 80 inches.
Yeah,
because we have
absolutely.
65 at home, it's bigger than that, so.
There's a sound bar for your viewing pleasure. And we're going to take a second over here. There's a subwoofer.
Spin back around. All
We'll
right.
spin back around. Now we'll talk about the kitchenette. Lovely fridge. Microwave. Sink. Keurig. Lots of decor. There's even a couple books if you want to. There's one about the spirit of sailing. Jimmy Buffett, looks like an autobiography. Lots of theming.
There's definitely lots of theming. They're really trying to set the beach vibe, get a certain decor going. You have a little table.
Yeah, very rustic. A lot of the furniture is very rustic and beachy. There's a nightstand. A king-size bed. All right, we're going to stop at the basket of remotes. There's a remote for window blinds.
Which we'll show you in a moment.
There's a remote for TV. There's a remote for each of the fans.
So I will pan up. There's a fan above the bed. And then where the light is down at that end, there's a fan above the couch. And you have a remote for each one of those.
There's a jacuzzi tub with air jets. Even has a little spray nozzle. And this thing easily holds 2 people, for sure. There's a wardrobe with the obligatory Margaritaville robes. a little desk or a vanity to get ready. A light up makeup
There we
mirror.
are.
Yeah, hello out there.
And a fireplace that puts out heat. Even though it's gas, it is
It's a gas
putting out
fireplace.
heat.
Now, here is for secret insider information.
For anyone that stays here.
Because we had to go ask. Pull out this mirror. Reach behind it. There is a switch.
It's a regular light switch.
It's a regular light switch for the fireplace. They do give you a tour. We somehow missed that in our tour.
I don't think the guy exactly knew. Because he was struggling getting some of the lamps on. He was saying each housekeeper cleans up a little differently. So I think he just maybe forgot. Because when we went back to the front desk and asked, the guy knew right away. He was like, it's a switch or lever behind the mirror. We just didn't expect it would be dead center of the mirror.
So we've got dual sinks. We've got lots of toiletries from the Saint Somewhere Spa, which incidentally is right next door if you want to get something done. Let's check out the shower. All right. There's a rainfall shower head. There's a regular shower head. There's a handheld shower head. And body jets. So we'll have to figure all that out later.
It's a very big shower, which makes sense with a very big room.
And then the throne.
Which I'm panning back to show because we didn't figure this out till after we came in earlier. There's no door to where the toilet is. Just an interesting setup, we thought. There's a doorway, but no door. But some decor.
All right, and outside the door we have our own personal patio. Have a nice view of the river from here.
You have your own ceiling fan, which there's a switch inside, I believe. Maybe one out here.
Yep.
So when you're staying at Jimmy's, you don't want to forget you still have all the amenities as if you're staying in the hotel.
So they've got an outdoor pool.
There's an indoor pool.
A fitness center.
There's the bar.
There's the back porch area. And there's a gift shop. And you can even go visit the parrots in the lobby.
So now that we've done the room tour, our conclusion for Jimmy's Hideaway, as we talked about off camera, I don't think it was really, at least to us, it was not worth it. We were there 3 nights.
And considering how much more it costs, we're just as happy being in the hotel.
Honestly, the place was, it was hard to control the heat, and we believe because the thermostat was on the outside wall. You couldn't get hot, you couldn't get cold. It was either, honestly, unless you turned on the gas fireplace, which put out a lot of heat, you were generally very cold. But as you can see in the pictures or the videos, it's got a really high ceiling.
So it might be more for moderate temperatures, but even that aside, assuming that's our issue, that we couldn't control it, the shower inside Jimmy's and in the hotel room are comparable, the bed's comparable, you get a sofa in one of the rooms. There was surround sound on the TV, which was honestly neither here nor there.
Yeah, it didn't make that big a difference to me either. So there really wasn't a ton of, I don't know, just a huge reason to stay in there, unless you just wanted to be in the room for 3 days and not leave the room.
Yeah, if it's
because you can have room service.
If it's your honeymoon, anniversary, you're celebrating something, absolutely, splurge, go for it. But for us just staying on a regular occasion, we just kept going out to walk around Gatlinburg. So unless you're holed up in that room, I don't think it's worth paying twice the price.
So to me, it was not worth the hype. We had really hyped it up. We'd stayed at Margaritaville 3 or 4 times. So like, oh, that'd be nice to stay there. It was not worth what we thought it was going to be to me.
Also, and this may be us as well, everything is lamps, and it's very pretty when you first come in because it sets a mood. But after a while, you get a little starved for sunlight because there's a window in the room with the toilet, and then there's a couple windows all the way at the other end of the Hideaway. But in the middle, there's nothing. So it was
very dark and cold for the most part unless you turned on the fireplace and opened the front door.
It was lovely.
It was very secluded.
I just don't think it's for us. So like if you liked it, subscribing helps the channel grow and helps us know what kind of videos you want to see.
And let us know in the comments, what's the nicest hotel or resort you've ever stayed at, and where was it located?